Welcome back to the County Connection Show. Again, we have Thomas, Dan, Scott, your host, and Karn. These three are county commissioners. I am staff. So we want to talk about some planning efforts that we're working on within the county. The first one is the transfer center or the transit center in Frisco. And what's going on there, Dan?
First of all, we received a grant from the state to help embark in this process. It was out of the Faster Transit Grant Fund, so we were very fortunate to get that. And with that, we've been in the process of doing more or less a master plan of the Frisco transit area. And I encourage everyone to show up next week. There's an open house, and it'll be at the Rio from 4:30 to 6:30, Wednesday, November 18th. To hear more about this, check out our county website.
You're buying the first round, right?
Yeah. Well, I will be there, maybe for a couple of people. But summitcountyco.gov/Frisco Transit Center. We really want to gather as much input as possible. I think it looks really good. We had an update today, but just encourage the community to really take a look at the maps to figure out, what folks like, what they don't. In general, we want it to be kind of more open. We want it to be more user-friendly. Have better designated areas for buses and kind of separated from like the van shuttling service, but there's a lot going on with that. So just pay attention and participate in the process. So show up if possible next Wednesday.
I think that our staff, as well as the town staff, as well as planners from developer there, are all doing a really good job. But without public input, we can only hope that we're doing a good job, right?
Good. All right, so to go to that one, we recently had another open house related to another master planning effort, and that was a facility master plan within the county commons, primarily the industrial campus where the Summit Stage actually has their main bus barn, where we've got the ambulance facility and the 911 center, the road and bridge office, our fleet facility, community and senior center, the county commons. All of those properties are within what's called the county commons PUD. So we had an open house on that master planning effort earlier in October. And who wants to talk a little bit about what came out of that, has come out so far of that planning effort?
Well, first of all, just background. It's pretty obvious if you're on the campus at all that we have a hodgepodge of activities there that have been put in by well-meaning commissioners and public interest. Oh, let's just put this there, and then let's put this other good thing here, without an overall plan for how to move the traffic around, how to keep the public accessible areas safe, and keep those other facilities where we have a lot of snow plows moving around and emergency vehicles and Summit Stage buses. So a lot of activity without good planning about how there can be safe movement and how we can move some of the really noisy and high intensity light activity away from the neighborhoods.
Right.
So that's what the attempt was.
And then, in addition, we've just got facilities there that are very old, right?
Yeah.
So our sand storage, for example, is fairly well broken, right? I mean, the back end has been blown out, but we're still trying to make do with that. But I think that all of us look at it and go, okay, we should get on with deciding how to replace that. What was the other? Oh, I really liked how maybe there's a building that's been built where it wasn't supposed to be built, right?
Yep.
So,
perhaps missed it by that much.
Gee, why does this drive lane seem so narrow? Oh, because these vehicles stick out into the drive lane because the building wasn't built where it was supposed to be at. There's a lot of stuff that we're realizing over the years. What the animal control building is, the old animal control building, yes, which we keep stuff stored in, is,
Still has animals. Still has animals in it too.
Exactly.
They're a little out of control, but they're there.
Yeah. So, and then the old vehicle maintenance building. Of course, we're making use of it, but that was built sometime in the late '60s, I think, and it's it's very clear to us that we need a plan, an overall plan with regards to how do we most efficiently use this space, and then also understand what are our future needs. Because as you all understand, land is at an absolute premium in this county. So we need to be efficient with our land. We need to understand what we can accommodate and not accommodate with regards to future needs. So all of this is moving forward. And yeah, the presentation that we got, what, a week or two ago, I think we're well on our way.
Yeah, I will just highlight that a couple of the big things that we're looking at. Again, it's the entire County Commons PUD, which includes the medical campus, so the hospital and medical office building, the County Commons, which is the main sort of administrative hub for county government within the Frisco area, and then you've got the community and senior center, state patrol, recycling, all of those items, and then the industrial campus, which has a bunch of uses I've already mentioned. One of the big things that we're looking at is trying to move, as Thomas mentioned, the sand salt building, which is located right next door, essentially in what would be the backyard of somebody's home at Over Mountain Village, and trying to move that away and move it to the east of the campus, and trying to move some of the other intense functions and activities east within the existing industrial campus. And so that will be a big theme of this project, is how can we move those things? How can we take advantage or reclaim some property within that eastern portion of the industrial campus to make things a little bit better for some of our neighbors and provide us with some better development opportunities going forward. So that project is likely to finish up sometime close to the tail end of this year, where we'll have the final plan. And again, we've gone through, we've received a lot of public feedback about it, and we're working to incorporate that. And once it's available, it will be available on the website as well. We'll put out some sort of a release and maybe talk about it again on this show so people can see it.
It's not like we have a whole lot of money ready to build anything. Right. So don't misunderstand that, oh my God, they're going to do this plan and then holy cow, all sorts of stuff is going to start happening. Yeah.
This is a 20-year plan. The idea is over the next 20 years, we'll see some incremental phasing and development associated with these projects. Perhaps the earliest being in the next 2 to 5 years where we see a project undertaken. So, because as you said, we've spent most of the money. All right, on that note, we've got to run some commercials so we can pay the bills. Just kidding, we don't have commercials. All right, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back probably early in December.